The two scariest words in real estate are amortization schedule. My name is Victor Ashley and I'm a real estate agent out of Seattle, Washington. This is how you get a hold of me. Also, hit subscribe because I cover a lot of different topics, areas, zip codes, and concepts that might be important to you, and I could be talking about your neighborhood or even your situation next. So feel free to follow along. And while you're at it, leave a comment below. The snarkier the better, and let's just jump into this one right now. This one's a little data heavy, so I just want to say if you want to watch a funny or one of my shorts right here, you could just follow along right here. But like yesterday, this one was a little more data heavy, and I actually want to get into it because I haven't talked about the amortization schedule in a while. And I want to give you an idea of what you would actually pay in a purchase because actually I have this conversation a lot with either buyers or sellers, so they have an idea of what they're getting into. So let's just jump into it right now, and thank you for following along, and I appreciate your support. So let's just talk about a general mortgage in general, okay? Let's just start there. So what I did is I put in a rough qualifications and such, and I came up with a monthly payment of $3,200. The reason why I came up with a payment of $3,200 is because I'm using Queen Anne, and I actually did all the math for you already, because the average house on the market right now is $513,000 inside of Queen Anne. It's a condo, so there's 20 homes out there right now that are under $1 million. Of the 20 homes, 18 are condos right now. It's $515,000 on average, and then at the same time, it's been on the market for 48 days, one bed, one bath, and it's about 934 square feet. So now you have a general idea of what the house actually looks like that you're quote unquote buying. But you and me as a real estate agent and client, we've gone through, we've actually looked at some houses, and now you're saying to me, hey Victor, how much is my payment looking like and what should I be expecting? This is also something that gets brought up with the mortgage officer while you're at it. So I just wanted to say, just in general, always, have a two-person team in this. You're going to have the financing and you're also going to have the agent themselves. So our average price per square foot, this might, look familiar, but the price per square foot was $593 a square foot on average. We go through the purchasing process and we find something that kind of fits. But now we're looking at our $3,200 monthly mortgage payment. And this is only your payment and your interest. This does not include any of your taxes, your fees, or HOAs. So I want to give you an idea of what you're actually looking at right now. So we already did the mortgage application. We already figured out that your payment roughly at this price would be $3,200. But now we actually got to go into the amortization. So the amortization, what they do in a mortgage is it's over 30 years. And they front load a lot of the interest in the beginning of the actual loan. So I wanted to give you an idea of what it actually looks like, because this is a schedule that usually gets sent out to you in your mortgage documents. And you're going to have this schedule sent to you on a monthly payment, on a monthly basis if you get a paper payment, or it can be in your portal. But usually they break this down by 360 months. This is just broken down by 30 years. So I want to give you an idea of what you're looking at. Your $3,200 a month roughly comes out to paying in your first year a little over $33,691 in interest alone inside of your first year. But Victor, I'm making equity in my home right now. That's right, actually you are. Your first year you're going to be applying towards principal right now, only $4,700 in general. So I actually broke that out for you right now, because what that actually comes out to is just a little over 87% of your payment is interest inside of your first year, and then that leaves just a little over 12% towards your actual principal down payment. So this is the reason why usually when we are going through the process with you, we're asking you if it's a good idea for you to buy or sell right now. And then at the same time, this is the issue that we're running into with anybody that has to turn around and sell their house in a quick manner. It's because most of their payments are actually interest, and they haven't built any equity at all. So if you're buying this on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5% down payment, more than likely you're at a point where you may come into a loss if your house went down 5 or 10%, which we have actually seen inside of Seattle, Washington. Well, let's get into this a little bit differently, and let's just compare that with rents. Rents right now in this area are $24.57 per month based on the size, the same size house, and that would come out to $2.63 an actual square foot per month. Now, that's a difference of about $743. And that means that if you were to turn around and you say, hey, Victor, I want to actually rent out this house instead of actually, selling it right now, if you went on the market for exactly market price right now, you'd be expecting to at least be losing $740 a month. But if you increase it to actually make at least your mortgage payment, that's when you're going to run into vacancies, or you're going to find people that are just not qualified to actually rent out your house. Now, another thing that we didn't cover yet, but this is just your payment and your interest. This does not include any of your taxes, your insurance, or even the big one, HOAs. Now, I actually went through this zip code, and I came up with a general HOA cost that it would cost you, just because 18 of these homes actually had HOAs versus the 20. So now you have an idea that 18 of them at least have HOAs, when 20 of them out there were available under $1 million. And the average HOA in the Queen Anne area, the 98119, currently for market, is $544 a month. So that means that your payment now is $3,200 a month plus the $544, and that puts you just under $3,800 a month. And we even haven't covered taxes, and taxes are going to be at least another $300 to $400 a month based on your assessment, and it's completely up to the assessor at that point. And now we're looking at $4,200. Now we're running into the actual point of when things are unaffordable, and that's the reason why I actually wanted to go into this with you, is because a lot of the times when you're just saying, hey, Victor, what's the payment? Let me get an idea of what we're looking at. You haven't factored in a bunch of different things, like how much interest am I actually paying? Am I paying HOAs? How much are my taxes? And at the same time, am I even building equity? And this is actually one of the reasons why we're actually seeing that some people are just staying where they're at. This is also why some people are actually not entering the market in the buying season right now. And then at the same time, everything is unaffordable because it's really hard to get qualified for that $4,200 a month right now, because just this payment alone, I did all this information, and that's a household income of $145,000. Now, the reason why I do this is because I want to cover a lot of different things that I don't hear on YouTube or out in the financial market a lot. And again, I'm just a real estate agent. I'm not a financial analyst, and I'm not a financial advisor to you. But I want to give you a high-level idea of what you're actually getting into. And if this kind of stuff interests you, feel free to follow along. I don't get a ton of views, but the people that do actually watch these, they really, really appreciate me going through this kind of stuff. So I really appreciate your follow through and follow up. And I really appreciate working with you today. And I hope you have a fantastic day.